In this video, I'm going to show you how you can load a large DEM file or surface into Microsurvey CAD, use a boundary to limit just the area that you need, and then create a surface for contouring based off that area. So this is a case where we load a DEM file. So I just run the command under MS Modeling, read DEM file, which you can find here. So I've already loaded the surface into here. If I look at my surface operations, I can see the surface details here. So I'll go to detailed info, and I'm going to skip the lengthy computation because that's how it's generating the tin there. So here we can look at just the point information, and you can see that it's using close to 11 million points. So this is a very large area taken from a government website where they just downloaded surface points of the whole county. So that's why we have lots of points for our area. So we don't need this whole area here. Even if you look at the X and Y, the min and max have a few kilometers in area here. So I'll close this, and I'll close this. What I've done here was I set a boundary. So to do this, you'll have to know what X and Y coordinates, or your northing and eastings, for the area that you need. And you can just draw 2D polyline and then close it so that there's no gaps within it. And what we're going to do is set that as the boundary. So I'll run the command set boundary. And in this case I already had one, but I'll do a new one. And I'll select that line. There you go. So 4 points from one polyline. And we have our boundary in here. So now what you can do is generate a new tin and draw it based off of just that one boundary there. So you'll go to tin. That will be the surface I'm using, so enter. And then D for draw. And then here you would pick lines, faces, or polyface. For this case we want it in lines, because what we're going to do is after it has been created, we're going to create a new surface based off just those tin lines, so that we were working with a much smaller surface. So here you would press L and then enter. I already did this step just because this step might take a while, because even though it's drawing the tin just within your boundary, it still has to compute the tin from all 11 million points. So it might take a while to do that, but once it's done, we'll create a surface just from those line works, and then we'll never have to work with the large surface again. So I'll exit that because I've already done that step. So I'll turn off the boundary for now and show you the tin. So here we have the tin of that area. And this is a case where the Z value has been exaggerated. So we have the tin just for that area, but if I look at here, it's all individual lines. So I'll go back to top-down view, and what we're going to do is create a new surface based off just these lines. So I'll go to MS Modeling, extract the surface, and I'll call this one ground. Press OK, and select all the tin lines. And you can see now our surface came down from close to 11 million points to just 8,400 million points. Look at surface operations, ground. You can see we have just the area that we want for now. So now that we have that, we can work with this for our surface. And what we wanted was generate contour lines. So I have the contour layer selected. So I'll do contour, and I'll do it for ground now. And I'll do draw. I'll close all. And now it's just going to generate the contours for that smaller surface. So now that my contours are created, I'll turn off that tin layer. You can see now we have the contour lines, of course exaggerated for that area there. But now we have this much smaller surface to work with instead of the 11 million points one. So that's one way of breaking down the large surface into just the area that you need to work with.